There is an old-time unity prayer service every Sunday morning at 9 to 9:30 every Sunday morning, and it's in the temple library. It's a guided meditation prayer time. It's a great way to feel your connection to God and that place of peace the peace that passes all understanding. Prayer service is facilitated by our own Reverend Denise. We also have a midweek meditation. It's on Tuesday afternoons at 1:30 in the Temple Library again, with Reverend Denise facilitating, and everyone is welcome. It's a guided meditation that lasts about 40 minutes, and it's a great way to get back that positive energy in the week. Today, this afternoon, from 12 to 2, we have a new member class, so if you're interested in becoming a member, come to the class. We'll see you there. And then on February 19th at 1 p.m., Diane Hartlove will be back with her gong and bowl meditation. The vibrations of the gong and bowls can help break up negative energy that's stored in the body. It's a great way to meditate and relax. And February 18th, which is a Saturday, we're going to have a prayer chaplain training meeting from 1 until 6 all afternoon. And if you have a feeling of an urge to stretch your wings and grow spiritually and a deep for ways, take a bold step into the new year and become a prayer chaplain. I think you would love it. I think it's a wonderful thing to do. It's an awesome opportunity to learn how to hold people in prayer and experience the blessing of joy that returns to you for loving and supporting another person in prayer. There is a sign-up sheet out in the lobby if you're interested, and the current prayer chaplains will also be getting together that day from 4 until 6. And we, on February 26th, will be having our annual meeting. This meeting will go over our financials, budget, and goals for 2023. Only members get to vote with church issues, but all people are welcome to attend and see what we're up to. Our prayer chaplain today is Miss Jan Carnes. She'll be in the back corner right after service if anybody has a prayer request on your heart that you'd like private or a gratitude that you'd like to express. And our board member of the day is Linda Thomas. And she just raised her hand, and she'll be available for any questions or concerns that you might have about our church after the service. Would you please join me in saying our mission statement? It's inside your bulletin. I believe it's on the second page. Together. Our mission is to provide a prosperous and loving community by connecting to God through prayer and following the teachings of Christ. Thank you. In our opening statement, also in your bulletin on the second page. And this month is February and Valentine's Day, and we're thinking about love. So let's say this with passion. You ready? I am divine love in expression. Do you feel it? Let's take a moment in prayer. Heavenly Father, we give thanks for the blessing of your presence here with us as we meet on Sunday morning, when we meet for prayer time, anytime we're together. We give thanks that as we scatter and leave and go out about our lives, that you're also always with us every moment of every day. We know there's some really interesting, unpleasant things going on in the world. And it's a little hard, but we do remember our little affirmation that we say that you, God, are in charge, all's in divine order. Sometimes it's a little hard to remember that when we watch the news, but we know that's the truth. You're always there with us as individuals, with our congregation, with our country, with this whole world. That you're here and that your love is what keeps us together, keeps us as human beings making better choices every moment. We give thanks for the love that you express to us and give to us so that we can share it in our world.
as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
And the daily word of the day is loving. I am a loving, caring presence. Just as the sun shines on everyone and everything, I am a loving presence to everyone I meet. My kind words, welcoming smile, and compassionate actions all spring from the love that is part of my divine identity. Being a loving presence draws me closer to God and to all people. I want to share the love I have known throughout the seasons of my life, at heights of triumph and joys, and the depths of loss and suffering. God is love, and so am I. No matter who I meet or what they're going through, I'm a loving. I bring support, kindness, solace, comfort, and share them lavishly, without thought of reciprocity. I am the hands and heart of God in the world. And the scripture is from Romans chapter 13, verse 8. Owe no one anything except to love one another, for the one who loves another has fulfilled the law.
doctor gives him some instructions as to how to get better. And so he leaves the office, and the doctor sees him out in the parking lot of the store one day. And he sees him with this beautiful young girl, and he's so happy and vibrant. And he just has to go up to him to see what has happened. And he goes, how did you make this transformation? And he says, well, you told me to get a hot mama and be cheerful. And no, that's not the end.
Oh, sorry. Oops.
No, that's not what I told you. I said you had a heart murmur and to be careful.
I'm sorry, we jumped the punchline a little bit there.
Yeah, that's okay. The power of our words are amazing, and we can change our whole attitude just by hearing something different and following it. Isn't that amazing? So this month is all about love. All about love. Making that love connection. Because the world really needs it right now. And today we're going to talk about self-love. Because that seems to be the one we all have a tendency to forget. Right? Because we weren't brought up that way. We were taught that we had to behave good to receive love, that people could judge us and we would believe what they said about us, that we had to look like somebody else in order to be loved. Was I the only one that felt that way growing up? No. No one said, take some time to love yourself. No, I didn't hear that. Take some time to know that you are divine love. Wow, that's amazing. So I have a story. I normally have a story from the Bible, but this day I'm going to share with you a kid's story because it really brings home what I want to get across today. So there's a story about this town that they call Phoenix. And these Phoenix people are wooden people. And these wooden people in this town, some of them have nice smooth wood, some of them have broken up wood, some have chips missing in their wood, and some are just beautiful, shined wood. Some are tall, some are short. And in this town of Phoenix, you get stars and dots. So if you do something good or if you look really good doing something, other Phoenix will give you stars. And if you don't look so good or they don't think you're so wonderful, they give you dots. Well, there's this little Phoenix, his name is Punchinello. And unfortunately, he doesn't have the most newest form of wood. He's got chips in his wood. And when he goes out to run, sometimes he falls down. And some of his friends around him tell him how bad he is. So he starts getting all these dots attached to him. And he ends up hiding inside, and he has a bunch of friends that also have dots on them, and they all get together and they decide that they're going to be there for each other. But Punchinello, he's just really intrigued by these stars, how these people get the stars. And no matter how hard he tries, he just can't get a star. All he has are dots. And then one day, he runs into this other little girl, and she has no stars or dots on her. And he thought, wow, how does she keep that from happening? And so he asked her one day, he goes up to her, how do you keep these stars and dots from getting attached to you? And she goes, well, you know what? I go up the mountain and I talk to Eli. He's the woodmaker. And that's how I got rid of my stars and dots. So Punchinello hems and haws. He's not sure he wants to make this trip up to see Eli, right? But one day he finally decides to do it. And he goes up to the woodmaker's house and he's sneaking in because he doesn't want to be seen. And he peeks around the corner to see who's in the room, and he can see the woodmaker. of a sudden, with a big voice, the woodmaker says, "Punchinello, come in." And he was frightened that he even knew who he was. And so Punchinello nervously moves into the room. And he starts to talk to Eli. And Eli says, "Well, you know, Punchinello, I see you've been having a really hard time in the village." And he goes, "Yeah, look, I have all these dots all over me." So Eli tells him, "Well, you know what? Why don't you let those other people tell you how you should be? Because don't you know that I made you and I don't make any mistakes? That you are special just because you are mine." Now Punchinello doesn't know quite what to think about that, but he decides when he's getting ready to leave that that just might be the truth, that there are no mistakes, that he is special just because he is made by Eli. And as he walks out the door, guess what? One of his dots falls off. So my question to you today is, how many dots and stars do you have? How many times do we listen to other people or listen to ourselves that said we can't do something? But we have this wonderful, beautiful, divine presence within us that knows the truth. As you are loved, there are no mistakes, and that you are special just because you are here. You don't have to go do anything special. You don't have to do anything out of your way. There is nothing you can do in your lifetime to make God love you more. You are loved to the nth degree right now, just the way you are, no matter what you've done, no matter what somebody has told you. You are that infinite love of God, and you were born that way. You were born that way. And guess what? When we remember that, people can try to put as many dots on us as they want, and they just won't stick. Because you are love. You are light. You are that divine expression. So whatever negativity wants to come my way, it bounces right off. Isn't that great? If I can remember to love myself, that somebody could stand before me and scream at me and I could care less. Yes! And that's the truth. Because God makes no mistakes. You are divinely perfect just the way you are right now, sitting in that chair. Now you have to wonder about the stars as well, because she doesn't get stars either, right? The reason we can't hold on to the stars is because we start believing we need somebody outside ourselves to give us the star. Right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting stars. I like getting words of appreciation too. But when we start believing that that's the only way we know that we're loved, that that's the only way we know that we're appreciated, that that's the only way we know that we're special, then it becomes a problem. Because there might come a time when there's nobody there to give you a star. Right? So it's best that we don't accept or have stuck to us any stars or dots, and just know how beautifully loved you are from the moment you are born. As you have this infinite energy of love within you. And it is our job, not really necessarily to give it away, because that's who you are. All you have to do is go and be, and let that love radiate from us. We don't have to decide who gets to deserve it or not. We just let it shine out there. Isn't that great? When we have to achieve something. I don't have to be in love with somebody. I don't have to have something in the outer world prove to me that fact. No. I draw the line because I know who I am. And just like punching out in the story, once I decide to love who I am just the way I am, then guess what? Those dots start falling off. Because then you're more in the divine flow of God's love. And guess what? Just maybe some aches and pains might get healed in that energy of divine love. And guess what? Maybe some relationship that you're having difficulties with might be resolved if you just let yourself go into that situation, knowing who you are, knowing that you're radiating love, knowing that's all it is. But so many times we like to manipulate the situation, right? We want to fix people. We want to do something to fix people. There's something wrong with them. No, I don't think so. The one that there's something wrong with is me. Because I should know that I'm divine love. And when I just allow that love to radiate through me and to the other person, that creates a safe place for them to do the same thing. You're creating a space of love to radiate in that situation, sending love to them that could potentially tear down their barriers, and they can be in that space of returning that same love to you. The whole situation can be resolved. Not because we want to fix it, not because we want to change somebody, but because we decided to be that instrument of love that just was there radiating out to the world, giving them an opportunity to let go of their defenses, to let go of their darkness, and to connect to us, to build that bridge of love. Isn't that wonderful? We can be such powerful beings of love. And it's truly amazing. I have my own experience. My mom, when she'd get mad at me, she would totally ignore me. So, in the future, that also affects my future. So when I was at work, there was not my supervisor, but my supervisor's supervisor. She would ignore me to the nth degree. If I was sitting in my boss's office, she would not talk to me. If I said good morning to her, she would not say good morning to me. I was totally and completely ignored. So one day I went home and I said, okay, God, I'm a being of love. Tell me what I am to do. And lo and behold, I remembered that my mom treated me the same way. So I did some forgiveness work with Mom. I radiated that love in that situation. I would think back at those times, and instead of feeling lonely, I just felt God's love was in that situation. And lo and behold, the very next day, we're not even talking 24 hours, the very next day, I walked into the office. She said good morning to me, and she complimented me on what I had on. Now, who changed in that situation? She's still the same. I'm the one that did the work. I'm the one who chose to be that being of divine love, to build that bridge, to make that connection just by being who I am. I didn't have to take her to lunch to get her to say good morning to me. I didn't have to send her nice cards. I didn't have to buy her chocolate. All I had to do was work on myself to see that I was a loving being. And to know that that love just radiating out through me gives me guidance and direction on how to heal myself, what I needed to let go of, so I could experience love in a greater way. So So hear me. We don't have to manipulate anybody. We don't have to fix anybody. We don't have to do any of that work. All we have to do is love ourselves. To look back and see, wow, when was the first time somebody ignored me and it really affected me? And to go back and forgive them, to radiate that love to them. And something got resolved without me saying a word to that person. So just imagine what I would do to some neighbors you don't particularly like, to people that you just can't get along with. What would it be like if you just came to them in a place of divine love? Knowing who you are. Knowing that you are special. Knowing that you are not a mistake. And just giving that love to them. And allowing them to tear down those walls with that love. And connecting to you. I think that's pretty cool. But we don't think that way. We think we have to do something in order to win sometimes somebody's love. And to do something. Well, no, you don't. All you have to do is radiate who you are. Radiate that love. Remind yourself that you are loved. But no matter what somebody's told you, no matter how many dots you think you have on you, that is not who you are. You are a divine child of God, made in His image and His likeness. You are the light of the world. So why the heck would you let anybody put dots on us? Why? Why do we go seeking outside ourselves for love, when love is right here within each and every one of us? We don't have to have anyone in the outer world telling us that we are loved, because you got it and you had it from the very first day you were born. Unfortunately, not all of us were told. So, what are we today?
Love. Love.
Are we going to stay in our love all day?
Yes.
Do you know how special you are?
Yes.
And why are you special?
Because I'm a child of God.
Amen. You got it, sister. So remember that when you get up in the morning. I am special because I'm a divine child of God. Can we say that together? I am special because I am a child of God. I don't need anybody out there to tell me that, because I know it. And I choose to live it. When I go out in the world and that's what I radiate, everyone who is in my path gets to feel that energy of love. No matter where they are, everyone who is in my path feels that divine love of God. But I have to love myself first. I have to learn to love myself. No more beating myself up about something I did or didn't do. No more criticizing because I don't look like a Barbie doll. No more criticizing about the house that I have, the car that I have, because I am loved. And none of those outer things represent my true self. So why not accept the truth? Why not believe that you're the infinite love of God? And why not just let that love express freely from you 24/7? Now I know that's a big, big quest. Because life is not always that easy. Somebody always shows up that wants to push our buttons, right? But if you know who you are, then guess what? Your buttons are not there to push. If you know that you're the divine love of God, you have no buttons to push. So today, we're going to learn to love ourselves, just the way we are. are love. And you don't need any dots, and you don't need any stars to know that. Because God in you is love, and that is who you truly are. So let's take that into prayer and meditation. So let's take a deep breath. And let's take this moment to feel an infinite, huge love of God that is right there within your own heart and within your own mind. And hear those words of God saying, it is time to let go of the dots and the stars. And it's time to realize who you are. That you are my divine child, made in my image and my likeness. So let's let go of any negativity. Let's let go of that need to look outside ourselves for love. For love is right here, right now within me. That infinite pure love of God is saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, and you are love. So we just let any experiences where we didn't feel loved, we let them go. And we let this energy of light transform those memories into love. For that is what you are, and that is what you have always been. So we just breathe in this beautiful, warm energy of love, knowing that that is what I am. That is what I'm here to be. Is that radiant, beautiful light of love. Letting that love radiate out into the world. So we just take this time to see that huge wave of love going out and surrounding our world. Letting everyone on this planet feel that beautiful energy of love, God's love. Knowing that in that love, all things are healed. In that love, all things are transformed. So today, in this moment, we claim the truth that I am love. And love is my true nature. So let's spend some time in the silence. Just feeling and radiating God's love. Now let yourself become aware of your surroundings. Wrap all that light and love under the soles of your feet so you're grounded. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And always remember how truly loved and blessed you are by just being who you are. And it is done.
Say anything about a song before I do it, and this is a song we've heard a lot. It's Bridge Over Troubled Water, and of course it's all about love. And we could look at it as a love from one person to another, but we could also look at it as God's love for us. But But what I really wanted to tell you about is the third verse in this song. Sail on, silver girl. A lot of people don't know what that means. I was curious myself, so a few years ago I looked it up. And I found out that the man who wrote this, Paul Simon, actually wrote that as an inside reference to his wife at the time. She was barely 30 years old, and she saw her first gray hair. She was extremely upset. And when they went into the studio, he wrote this verse specifically for her. And so that third verse is a tribute to Paul Simon's wife at the time.
When you're weary, feeling